Hey, brothers and sisters, it's Billy Greenwood, radio show host, Tap the Box on Fire Engineering Radio, and I'm here to give you a video preview of a brand new workshop called Extreme Leadership, the Next Generation of Leading, Coaching, and Mentoring. So I've been a 23-year member of the fire service. I got 20 years experience in a small city fire department. I'm currently riding as a lieutenant. We do about 5,000 emergencies a year, and I'm also the assistant fire chief for training and firefighter development for a small airport fire department here in New Hampshire as well. Senior staff instructor for the New Hampshire Fire Academy. I'm a member and presenter for ISFSI, and I own FETC Services, which provides advanced firefighter and leadership seminars throughout the United States. I'm an author. I've been published in Fire Engineering and Fire Rescue magazine, and I've been a presenter for the past 6 years at FDIC International with a tactical class called Surviving the Insult. I look forward to seeing you at FDIC 2017. Extreme Leadership is a seminar unlike any other. Our workshop is going to provide you with information that you've never seen or heard before. It's very heavily involved in interpersonal dynamics, and we teach you how to engage people on the personality level. So let's talk about a few examples. What makes our program better than everyone else's? Well, how many times have you sat through a presentation with a well-known author, presenter, well-spoken, and the material that he provided you weren't able to implement? Or you spent $50 or $60 on one of these books, and at the end of the book you weren't able to implement it in your personal or professional life. That's because the author or the presenter doesn't know exactly what you need. They're presenting a lesson plan with objectives as a generic format. The difference between that and Extreme Leadership is that we're going to provide you with a program to better develop you from within. And I'm going to do that by interpersonal dynamics. And I'm going to do that by implementing how to read and map personnel. But we're going to start with you. I'm going to read and map you. I'm going to tell you what your strengths and weaknesses are. I'm going to tell you the things that you like and dislike in your personal and professional life. I'm going to tell you how you like to be spoken to, and I'm going to also point out the things that disengage you or you see as toxic. And once you understand that from an introspect manner, you will have a better opportunity to overlay this on your personnel that you're supervising or leading. So I'll give you a few examples. There's 4 personalities in the fire service, and I'm not looking to understand the different generations. There's 4 personalities in the fire service. The first personalities are action-oriented. They're the go-getters. They're the ones that come and do all the calls. They're the 90%ers. They do 90% of the work. They love getting tasks done. They complete things on time. They often freelance on the fire ground, and their personality and mindset is it's easier to ask for forgiveness than it is to ask for permission. The second personality would be the rules, regulations, policies, and procedures, safety and security people. These are the ones that are going to make decisions off of black and white colors. They're going to go, there's a rule and regulation for a reason. This is why you actually have to do it that way. The third, relationship type people. These are the ones that are fist bumping, chest bumping after big calls. They love social gatherings, working together well in groups, and they love social media. And the fourth group, that would be the conceptualizer or the critical thinker. These people here, their gears and stuff are all wired differently. They have to contemplate every possible combination of way that we can get something done before you ever see any action from them. So out of these 4 personalities, let's look at perceptions and differences. Okay, the action-oriented people, easier to ask for forgiveness than it is to ask for permission. The rules regulation people, they're the ones that are all about safety and security. So how many times have you heard of a person who get awarded a commendation for rescuing a person, and in the process of that, 3 or 4 weeks later, we're told that they're being brought up on disciplinary charges because they took their mask off in an IDLH environment when they shouldn't have shared their air. That would be the yellow safety and security person who's falling back from leadership by emotion and telling that person that they broke the rules and regulations. The action-oriented person, they're going to do whatever it takes to get the job done. Okay? The relationship people, they want to gather as a group. They work well in group projects, but they see the action-oriented people as being way too aggressive. And then the fourth group, the conceptualizers, the critical thinkers, the action-oriented personnel, they often see those people as they couldn't make a decision if their life depended upon it. But in reality, they're really smart and educated, and they actually can. But we have to provide them with systems to make sure that we can speed up that action process. So as a leader and a manager of an organization, I got to understand these 4 different personalities so I can plug into them. Because the one-size-fits-all paramilitary lifestyle of providing information down the chain of command doesn't work anymore. The newest generation coming in sees it as toxic. They want to see the now. They don't want to see the end result being later. We need to plug into them now. Otherwise, the revolving door is going to come and go quicker. I'm going to provide you with leadership tools for your leadership toolbox on how to learn, read, and map personnel. And then you can go back and read and map your own personnel. The next step, or the next section in our workshop program for FDIC 2017 is going to be the art of dealing with negativity. So we're going to determine compensating behaviors and root causes, and using what we've learned in reading and mapping to plug into people so that we can provide behavioral modification or disciplinary action without having disengagement. The third section of this workshop that's coming up at FDIC 2017 will be the professional development and succession planning. By developing the next generation of leaders, we are going to leave the fire service better than what we have. And there's no better way to do that than setting people up for success versus setting them up for failure. So how many of you have seen the go-getter, absolutely highest responder, the absolute best firefighter that we have on the department take a promotion and fail miserably? You see, you can only get promoted one rank higher than what you were trained for. If you weren't trained to take that promotion, you're going to fail miserably because you're going to lead from emotion. You're going to fall back on what you know, the product, the environment you were raised in. So extreme leadership is all about taking people from where they are now and pushing them into where they can be in the future. And the last section in this program will be how to step up your instructorship game. See, there's emotional intelligence and then there's intelligence mapping. So how many of you have worked with someone who struggled to be prepared for that test or that promotional process, and they just can't get the information so that they can comprehend it and retain it? If you're in the instructorship game like I am, you have to understand your audience. And not everyone can learn at the same rate, speed, and the medium as everyone else. So understanding intelligence mapping as it relates to the 4 different personalities in the fire service is highly important to set people up for success. One last thought. The fire service is the people business. Whether we're volunteer, paid on call, career, it takes people to get the job done. We need people to respond back, take calls. We need people to respond back, cover the station. We need people to fulfill tasks in time of need. If we're not getting those numbers, then we have a serious problem. Character is the currency of the U.S. Fire Service. If administrations and leaders in current organizations are struggling with getting enough personnel, then they need to take a hard look at how they're treating their personnel. Extreme leadership, the next generation of leading, coaching, and mentoring can make a difference.